So this is BIT 3202, which is Web Technologies and Internet Programming. And I just wanted to lay some foundation because last week we weren't able to meet, but I'll do this a bit fast. One is just to say that these are my details in case you need to get in touch with me. I will always be available here on Tuesday, 8 to 11. That's my email. That's my phone number. The phone number is also on WhatsApp in case you need to reach to me via WhatsApp. Yes, and also the consultation hours. In case you have questions, you can be able to reach me during class time. Yes, these are the details of the course that we are going to be taking, which is Web Technologies. I have facilitated this course in ZTech before. Maybe part of my introduction, I should say, I have been teaching web scripting units in ZTech. So web-related units, most of them I facilitate. Both in BBIT and BSCIT, and also I am developing interest in data science, and so just doing a bit of stuff there. And even in my introduction video, you may have seen that. Yes, so this is I understand this is the only unit you're taking as far as web is concerned. And so it's quite intensive, to be honest, because you're supposed now to be able to build up all the concepts together and be able to learn all those concepts, all of them, in just one sitting in one semester. And that's quite intensive. And so we may need to put a higher gear to be able to achieve those objectives. So just starting from HTML all the way to PHP, from front end to back end, it can be quite intensive for us. I may need to know if we have, allow me to move a little bit faster, but I need to know if we have a class rep for this class. Brian, can you help me understand? Do we have a class rep, and who is? Please tell him to get in touch with me via the phone number so that I can know who he is. But also I will need to give him some tasks on what he's supposed to do. Yeah, the other thing is, so we will form groups. I am really not very sure about the web project, which I would really want us to do. And every other class we have done in web, we have done a whole project of developing a website or a web application or a web service. Yes, just to help us gain the skills that we want. But right now, I am still figuring out how that would look like before the semester ends, and I'm really hopeful that we can be able to gain that. Yeah, basically we want to introduce you to, or rather I desire to introduce you to designing and development of web-based systems. So that would mean just introducing you to both front-end and back-end development. Front-end would talk of CSS, JavaScript, and HTML. Back-end will talk about PHP mostly, but also the database. So in this case, we may want to talk about MySQL as a database, and I'll be able to introduce you to that as well. So designing layouts and creating web pages using HTML is part of our objective, the key course objective. Applying concepts and principles of information architecture in web designing. So that is not just about designing, but it's also designing something that makes sense to the users. That's very important. That whoever the user is, they can be able to relate with whatever we have designed. but also they can get information easily, what they are looking for. They can be able to get that information quite easily. And that's very important because it's one thing for us to design, but also it's another thing for us to design something that is relevant. Today, one of the careers that is very, very common, um, one of the careers or one of the career paths that is taking shape is what we call UI stroke UX, if you have heard about that, which is user design stroke user experience. Yes, and it's just basically how can we design interfaces that relate with our users. And I'm putting my video on so that you can get to know who you're talking to, because I know we may not have interacted before. But what I'm saying is um, user experience, user design is becoming a key thing. Yes, we may have frameworks, we may have, content management systems that have come that have actually made that easy. So we pull one thing here, another one here, we bring together, we connect them together and they work. But even at the core of that, there is user design. There is user experience that has been thought about that we may not be able to run away from. And so we'll be asking ourselves some hard questions about information architecture, how to design a design, how to develop applications that are robust, that are scalable, that are responsive to the users and all that. And that's also part of our discussion. Also, we look at CSS in a big way, which is just to help us create layouts that are able to represent exactly what we are looking for, but also bring about responsiveness, which is also part of what JavaScript is going to be about. The other thing is we want to be able to understand the platforms, and it's good we are doing this online because it's also very easy for me to demonstrate some of the platforms that are available online. For example, who are the hosting providers that are out there who can help us in web hosting? I'll be able to demonstrate A to Z web development using CMS, Content Management Systems. And I'm talking about A to Z to show you the possibility that you can actually develop a website within some 2 hours if you have all the content packaged together. And that's very important for this class. And the beauty of us learning online, and why I'm excited about this is because demonstration is not very hard for me. It's not gonna be very hard. Writing of codes, I can be able to demonstrate from where we are right now very easily and very fast. And you can see what I'm writing. And when I run the code, you can be able to see from your end. You just need to arm yourself with the right tools. And I'll talk about that, what you need, what are the text editors that we may need to install, what are the platforms that we need for hosting, especially on localhost and all that. I'll be able to demonstrate or rather to explain what you need. But it's very exciting that yes, in case, and I'm saying this because in my introductory video, I say that I desire that we can be able to express our fears, but face our fears. Get to know this is where we are fearful about learning in this semester, and this is how we can be able to handle it. And that's very, very important for me. And so if you are here, Onesimus and Brian, and probably you are not clear on how this is going to be, and you are wondering, should I register, should I not register? I think I would be willing to hear what are your fears and see how can we be able to handle them moving forward. And that could be very important because there are many students, some of them I have even talked to their parents just to explain to them why they may want to consider you to take, to continue with studies even in this semester, because there are many fears of, will we get the value of what we are asking for? And some of those fears are fears I must admit I have also had to deal with. and to ask myself, I desire that such a class as the one that we are handling right now is more practical oriented, and just asking myself, will I give value to my students? And that's very important for me. And so let me say that if you have any fear, please feel free to type in. We are all in that space, and it's good we express our fears and we see how can we be able to address them even as we move on, so that you are confident enough that you will get value for this class, or rather from this class. Yes, so CSS, PHP for server-side scripting, access to database information using PHP, but also the database we are using here is MySQL. Yeah, those are key tasks or key things that we want to achieve here. I may not have mentioned about CMS, Content Management System, and this is something I would want us to look at. And I will also be pointing you to some platforms that I want us to use for specifically for, there are some platforms I want us to use for practicals, but also there are some of the practicals that we'll do online through some platforms that I'll talk about. For example, I don't know if there is anyone here who has interacted with Digital Nation Africa, which is an initiative of IBM to provide skills to the Africans. Africans is you and I. And so that's a platform that I would desire to use in this semester, where you can get in there and do a practical, a practical course. And I will monitor how you're doing that, and I will actually grade you out of that. Yeah. So, so that you are able also to experience a practical approach to this class, and that's very, very important for an IT professional. Actually, it's very important. You don't want to leave ZTech and you don't have anything to show for it. You don't have a skill that you can, go out there and say, I know how to do this and this. That's very important. And that's why I'm really worried when people are not tuning in here. I don't know what the issue is exactly, but I would want to understand why people are hesitant. Yesterday, I had a class of more than 50 students. Yeah, and people are excited about this. So I don't know, those who are not here, what is the challenge, unless they help us understand. Then, of course, we'll have to do what we need to do. And that is if you don't get 75% of class attendance, and this is what I call class attendance, not anything else, then you don't have a grade, and that's going to be the case very strictly. So you may need to communicate to them about some of those things. We'll have 3 hours class per week, and let me say, our online collaboration will not be 3 hours. The minimum would be 30 minutes, the maximum will be an hour for this kind of engagement that we are having right now. But I will have discussion forums. I will have time for you to just use library resources. I will have time for you to do some activities that could be, let's say, activities around MCQ, multiple choice questions, activities around, some practicals that you need to do in this class. I will give you such activities and you will be required to do them. And all those are being done in these 3 hours. So I'll try to squeeze of course, every other lecture I prepare for 3 hours. So this may be quite a task for me to just try to scale down what I have. But I'll try to do that so that you also engage in discussions, in throwing in your ideas, and every lecture will have a discussion forum. If you check on the lecture, or rather the dashboard for this course, you will actually notice that we have just close. So yeah, so what I was saying, I mean, we will have discussion forums where you can engage, And each and every lecture, if you check the dashboard, every lecture, I'll create a discussion forum that you can discuss, and I'll put some thoughts around what we can discuss on in that discussion forum, and share. We can share. So even your grading will be contributed by your engagement on daily basis, or rather on weekly basis, on what we are doing. How are you engaging? How are you asking questions? How are you participating in this collaboration that we are having? So I expect, my desire here is just to provide an environment where you as a learner can actively learn practical skills and knowledge that are important for us to be able to meet the objectives. But also I desire to provide in-depth understanding around scripting. Let me say that, that's a correction there. An in-depth understanding around scripting, web computing, and I will assume that we don't have prior knowledge around this area, because this is our first unit in this area. I expect you to attend these collaborations, all the sessions. I will schedule not less than 10 sessions, and I will expect you to attend them. I'll expect you to meet the deadlines, and I'll talk about that as I talk about evaluation. I will expect you to participate fully in group work assignments, in MCQ, which is the CATS, multiple choice questions. The project, you will be able to hack that, but if we don't hack it, then I will translate that into what I'm talking about in the platform of Digital Nation Africa. It will be part of our project, and that may be an individual project. And then also the final exam. I also desire that we recognize common courtesies in our discussion and in our engagement here. So please, if you know you have some background noise, just mute your mic. If you know in one way or the other, you disrupt us by putting your video on, please put it off. So just observing common courtesies for us to have a smooth engagement here is important. I desire that as we continue, as we stabilize, I'll put all of you as moderators so that you have more or less equal rights with me as we engage, and that helps you to engage more even as we continue. But in case someone misbehaves, then I will have to demote you to just a viewer and not a moderator. What else? What else do I need to say? So, like for example, I can possible for me to promote you guys to moderators, which I think I have just done. And so from your end, you can share the screen, you can do all those things if that is needed. But moving on. What I'm saying is, for example, I don't know who has tried to mute me, because once I make you a moderator, you can actually do some of those things. Yes. So you can, yes. Okay, it's okay if you click by mistake. But yes, that's what it would mean for you to be a moderator. You can put your video on, you can share your screen, you can do all those things, and you can engage more. But in case I need to lower your rights, yeah, if I need to take you back to a viewer, I can actually do that, demote you to a viewer, and I have just done that to you, Brian. Yeah, and that could be one, just ways that we can be able to engage here. You may want to ask yourself what sort of a student you are, and I think most of us here would desire to be A students, and this is how I define an A student. Um, Someone who is able to ask and answer their own questions using outside sources, if necessary, to develop a critical and appreciative understanding of not just the textbook and the lectures, but even a critical understanding of the resources, any resource that is around this. There are many tutorials online on web scripting that you can actually be able to engage and learn. So just being able to learn, understand, but after you have learned and understand, eventually work creatively with what you have learned. So come up with new ideas, new way of doing things. That could be an A student for me. So you would want to strive to be there. Um, I'll have so many materials. Some of them are actually videos, and those are videos online. There are some are just a maximum of 1 hour video to help you a guide through how to develop a web application. And quite honest, they are very, very resourceful videos. But also there are course textbooks. I'm not very sure if they are available on e-library, but you can check if these textbooks are available on e-library. But even if they are not, I don't think we will fall short in achieving our objectives for this class. We'll still be able to move on with the resources that I've gathered and put together. Online collaboration such as this that we have, this is the assessment, the tentative assessment I have right now. And the online collaboration will actually constitute part of your evaluation for this semester. And so and that will be each one of the collaboration, 10 of them will earn you a mark by just being here. Then also the assignments, the MCQ question. I want to tailor make them around a project kind of an assignment as opposed to just, simple other assignments, just to give you a gist of what we are looking for. In my class, there is something I call late submission rule, which says 10% off per day with a grace period of 1 week. And this what it means is I'll give you an assignment, and the beauty of e-learning is that I can give you assignments, and I can give you the deadline. Yes, I'll respond to your question, Brian. I see that. But I'll give you assignment, I'll give you the deadline. I expect you to meet the deadline. If you're not able, I'll give you a grace period of 1 week. If you don't submit, I'll start deducting 10% each day that passes without submitting the assignment from your grade. And that's just to keep each other on check. About the end of semester exam, as per now, they are supposed to be done, face-to-face examination. It's not an online examination. But there are discussions going around. Thank you, Innocent. I think you are the class rep from what I got. Thank you for joining. We will we'll engage after this so that we can talk further on how to go about this. But what I'm saying is, in case there is changes, because there are discussions around should we change the end of semester exam so that we are able to have a seamless engagement, or rather a seamless semester ending well. There are such discussions. In case they go through, then we may have an exam online. And to be honest, I have seen this work somewhere else. And I believe with all my heart, with all confidence, that you can do an online exam and still be very effective, depending on how you have engaged through the semester. Because it's more than just an exam. It's more of what skill have you carried out of this class. Sometimes we focus too much on exams and we miss that you actually need a skill. And the skill is the most important thing. So if we engage you more, I think you can gain 1 or 2 skills. And out of that, you can actually be able to You can be able to do an MCQ question, multiple choice questions about the course, and just pass and finish the semester. Yeah, so it just depends on how the policies look like and how can we be able to change that. Those are things that we leave to the management to decide. But this is just tentative. Let me say it's tentative. It's not complete because also we are trying to change few things here and there, and that's very important. Yeah, so I'll take you through all those maybe different items that we'll cover in each and every semester. This is our, are you able to see this screen? I hope so. Yeah, this is our course outline. It's already uploaded on e-learning. You can get in touch with me. You can get my details there. You can work around it. Yeah, so feel free in case you need to consult me for anything. I am actually, let me say this, and this is with a lot of, I handle this with a lot of professionalism. I do admit students to contact me via WhatsApp. Yeah, I know some lecturers don't advocate WhatsApp communications, but for me, it's a platform for communication. We just need to make it professional. So in case you need to get in touch with me, feel free to use WhatsApp, feel free to use email, feel free to calls. I don't advocate them because most of the calls find me in class, and I may actually miss like 10 calls. And by the time I finish a class, I may not be able to respond to all of them. Sometimes I forget or something. But I know WhatsApp messages, I am swift on WhatsApp. On emails, I'm very swift every day. Within 24 hours, I'm able to resolve all the issues, if not less than that time. Yes, and also text messages, I'm able to respond. So feel free to use any one of that to communicate to me in case you need something resolved uh, by me in any way. Okay, before we move on, let me just, I am just hoping that we can be able, I don't know, I have some 15 minutes in my opinion to actually close this class, but I was just hoping I can be able to introduce this lecture, which is our second lecture. Yes, but also I'll leave you to just interact with the content in there. There is just preliminaries. But let me know, as far as introduction is concerned, as far as setting objectives is concerned, what were your expectations? Are there things that you feel you expected and probably you're wondering, are they going to be met or are they not going to be met? So I'm waiting for those chats. Keep them coming. Okay, it's good to know that I have resolved most of the issues. Main is on how to code on internet. Yeah, how many people here have used GitHub? Anyone who has used GitHub? Because that could be an option. Of course, okay. If we have used GitHub, then that could be one of the platforms that we can use to collaborate on learning here. But also, I am also considering platforms that you can actually learn by yourself, and I can see what you did. So platforms like Digital Nation Africa, like I said, are platforms that I think they could work for us. Nevertheless, some of the codes I'll be able to demonstrate here. Just share the screen, and we can collaborate and see what we have. What do you mean by this platform? You mean this big blue button, or you mean ZDS? It just depends with the lecturer, because there are many collaboration options on ZDS. So there is Jitsi, there is another one called Zoom, there is this one, big blue button, there is WebEx. All of them are there. So it just depends on the preference of the lecturer. But for this class, we will use big blue button for this class. That's what we'll be using for collaboration. I have seen it way better than any other. So to be honest, this is what I would want to use for this class. Okay, any other question I need to resolve? If not, then I see my time is quite gone, and yeah, and we got late as well. You guys were not here on time. I don't know what was the issue. First, let me ask all of us, did you get an alert message either via email or something that was telling you there is a collaboration meeting that has been scheduled at 8:30? But also, please feel free to let me know. Yes, let me know why were we late in the first place, so that we are able to resolve some of those issues. So type in here. Question from Innocent: how often will you be posting the videos? Some of us cannot attend classes during the day. Let me be honest, this collaboration forum is a must for all of us. And it's also where I'll be taking the attendance. So it's not optional. It's a must. And I said I'll take it, I will make it maximum of 1 hour, minimum of 30 minutes, and we are done. So if you need to do all the other discussion forums in your own time, in the evening or at night, wherever, whichever time, you can do them. But this one is a must for all the classes. So in the morning, I would want to know, I am scheduling this at 8:30, and I want to know if it's possible. Yes, I see that, Brian, that the dashboard was kept on hanging, and I had the same challenge with myself as well. So we hope that we'll be able to stabilize some of those downtimes for this platform, but it's something that is being worked on. I actually called the director ZES this morning to inform her of what is happening, and she was very, very clear on the issues they are resolving, and she promised me within 10 minutes that the platform will be faster, and that was the truth of the matter. So I believe the technical team behind this platform is working to make sure that they give us the best. Because anyway, the success or failure of our semester in this season is dependent on this platform. So attendance, yes, please note that. Yeah, if you are in discussion with the HOD concerning changing of this class, if it changes, she will inform me on what I'm supposed to do, or she may opt to change to allocate the evening class to a different lecturer. That is a management decision which I may not be able to contribute on. So I can only wait for directions from my line manager, who is Josephine, to direct me on the way forward. can't access the message platform even on phone. What is the issue? I don't know. Okay. Any other thoughts? I have a feeling of us not engaging in the second lecture and pick it up from there next class, but also to give you some of the things that you can engage in. You can actually lecture 2 on our dashboard for this course and just be going through it. It's just basics, getting to understand how web works, getting to understand some of the definitions of this course, you know, different types of websites or something like that, characteristics of good web applications and all that. I did not respond on how often I will post the videos. So what I'm saying is, there is something I'm still resolving. I'm recording this video, and I've had issues to retrieve the videos that I record. So I'm still resolving that. But every lecture we have, I will post the video, or rather the collaboration we have had, and I will share it on the dashboard for someone to come in there and check. But at the moment, I'm having technical issues around that, and I'll see how to work around it. But yes, that means every lecture there will be a video conference like this. And when I am not available, by the way, I need to mention this. When I am not available for such a collaboration, I will record my presentation and share with you that video or that lecture. So you just log in, come, visit the video, watch, and you have some discussion around the same. And I will provide that. So in case I'm not available for the class, you see how beautiful this is, that you don't have to miss a class. And I don't have to give you excuses why I'm not here. It's beautiful. If we attend your class, does it still count even if we are night class students? I don't know what that means, but I think what I understand. Now, remember, if you attend my classes, I'm one of the web technologies lecturer, one of them. So if you are allocated me, you should be here. But if we have 2 classes, and one of them I am not the one who is teaching, if that is the case, then that will be offered to another person. And so I will not be able to see you from my dashboard. And you will not be able to access my class, of course. My concern was participating in daytime timetable, and when we were, and then as night class, it doesn't count. Who said that? Who said that? Do we have such a class happening at night? Oh, okay. Do we have such a class as this happening at night? If we don't have, then we just have to be here. There is no any other way out, yeah? So what I said is that for online collaboration, which I'm saying it will take like an hour or so, you need to be here, okay? You need to be here for online collaboration. After that 1 hour, I'll release you to have discussion forums, to take assignments, to do the activities I've set, and do them at your own time, provided you meet the deadlines that are set. So that's very, very important for you to note. Yeah, so in case you're working, maybe you may need to reschedule or reorganize yourself if your class will be this one in this time. but I will not compromise on if you should be here or not. That is a must. You must be here when we are having this collaboration, this online collaboration. You must be here. For days you aren't here and we log in and read the content you post and watch the video, will it count as attendance? I will know how to set that, because let me tell you the truth. I can be able to tell from the system, from my side, I can be able to tell who logged in, what they did, and when they logged in, and what they accessed. I can be able to tell all those things. And if you want me to prove that, I can actually prove to you right now that it's possible for me to see what you access. So I'll just come in, for me to take the attendance, I'll just come in and check your history, your logs. What did you access? And what were you doing when you accessed? And I'll tick your attendance. That is in case I am not available. I don't desire to miss a class, but things happen. And like this Friday, I have an online exam that I'll be taking, and I know I'll miss my class. And so I'm preparing for that, to give them some work to do, and also to record a video for them. Yeah, so that's something that you need to note. Anything else I need to respond to? Okay, I think I have addressed all the fears and challenges that we may have. Please pass the word that this can work. Okay, quick response from us. Do you think this is possible? Maybe from even our introduction that we have done, do you think that yes, learning will happen and that you'll be able to get value for what you are looking for? Let me get honest feedback. If you feel you have fears and challenges and you're not sure, or if you feel you are not still very sure, please give honest feedback, and so that we are able to improve, because we are all learning. And I have tried to spend some reasonable time to learn how to be effective in this space. So, and I'm hoping I'll be able to learn that. But also, if you have ideas that can enrich that, then I am willing to buy into those ideas. And so that we all, I mean, life is just that. It's just about learning. We learn every single day. So I'm waiting for Innocent, who is typing, to just respond. I don't know. I haven't heard from Mutunga Onesimus. Onesimus, are you still with us? Okay, thank you, Innocent, for your feedback. Yes, I also believe I connect, I relate with what you're saying. I believe it's possible. I believe we can get value from this. It just depends on how we are willing to engage both ends, from you and from me. I believe we can learn and we can be effective here, and we can get the value for what we are looking for. So I don't have fears. At least, let me not say I don't have fears. I had fears, but I have been able to address all my fears, and now I'm confident. I have tried to get good connection to internet. I have tried to learn. I have gone through training to understand this platform. I think I have addressed all my fears. And so I am confident that I can offer the best for you guys. Yeah, so it's just for, and also the beauty is also my lectures are always on PowerPoint, so it's not something that I'm gonna struggle a lot. My challenge is daytime. Like now, I have logged in to a call with my corporate laptop to start on another call. But as you have said, it is management decision. We'll get we will get Josephine to assist us. Yes, please. Please get in touch with Josephine. She is the one who schedules this class. Yeah, and I ascribe to her authority. So once she decides, I'll be willing to adjust accordingly. I am at home, so if she decides we have an evening class, I will ascribe to that authority. I don't have any issue around that. Anything else? Okay. Can you make the sessions available and expire at the end of the day? I'm not sure how that means. Do you mean the recording? For recordings, for what we have just heard right now, I would really desire that they are actually available through the semester. Yeah, so that you can get here and review what we talked about, get there again, review, get to understand concepts that you forgot. So that's what I would desire. But like I said, I'm still resolving on how to retrieve the video recordings. And it's something that I've had challenges with. I record, but I'm not able to get the recording that I recorded, but I'm resolving it. By the next session, I remember, I trust that I will have resolved that. So if we resolve evening class, it means we'll have both evening and day class, and you'll have two choices to make. Yeah, because we have day class, which is in TRC, and evening class in town. So we'll have both classes running. Um, is it okay to attend the day class, or you should go to the night class? It just depends on you. What works for you. If that is resolved as a case, choose between what works for you. Is it day or evening? Whichever works. You will be able um, to decide that. But I believe strongly that um, if we have evening and if we have an evening class, we must have a day class because quite a number of students are in TRC and they learn during the day. So I am expecting that we should have a day class if we introduce an evening class. I'm waiting for Onesimus. Are you here? Or you gave us a screensaver and you left? Onesimus. So, okay. So I am taking attendance. I'm taking attendance, and then I will release you. But at least I know the people who have been here. Okay, okay, Onesimus. Let me take the attendance just before we leave, and then we. So for the lecture two, I think we'll pick it up from there in the next class. Now that our time would not allow this morning. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for also being here. And thank you, Brian. I think you set a good pace this morning. You are here, the first person, and you are very patient. I truly appreciate that. And yeah, let's keep it at keep at it. As we continue, we will be able to help one another. Please allow me to set the attendance. But in case I know my time. I like honoring time. Oh, sorry. I was almost forgetting. One thing I am very particular on is as we start the semester, I usually pray. I am a Christian. Maybe that's something on a very personal, but yes, I am a Christian, and I desire that when we are beginning the semester, I pray for my students. And the reason I pray is not just because I am a Christian, but also I ascribe to the higher authority of God. And I understand that it's possible that we start a semester and we don't end together. And the reason behind that is there could be fee issues, there could be emergencies around our families, there could be disruptions here and there. And so I desire that God would give us a smooth semester. And so the first class, not all the classes, because we also need to learn. So the first class, I am quick to pray and ask for God's um, okay, so I'll pray, but also take the attendance, and I'll be able to help you understand how that is done. But allow me just to make a prayer, and then we'll end this session, especially for those who needs to leave. I see Innocent is up. Father God, we praise you for giving us a new semester and for allowing us to be together with these dear students who are willing, who are available to learn. I ask for your guidance. I ask for clarity of thoughts and mind. I ask that you will guide us through this semester. I ask for your provision for them, for the school fees, wherever they are working, wherever they are getting the school fees from, may it be their parents, their guardians. I ask that they will be provided for. I pray for this platform that it will be a seamless platform for us to collaborate and learn together. I pray for each one of them and ask that, Lord, you give them success in this semester in every way, and in every sense of that word, oh Lord. I, I, I thank you. I thank you for life. I thank you that we are alive, that we are safe, even in such a trying time for the world. So be with us, be our guide, be our strength, be our shield, our protector. Lead us through this semester for the glory and honor of your name. And so I pray this, believing and trusting in your name. Amen. So let me take the attendance, and I am not sure if I'll be able to project this to you for you to see, but I would desire to do that just for you to understand how the attendance look like. Oh, so Mutunga, you are asking if there is any part we can sign. So the attendance, I take it manually. So I call your name and you either type in, or I have interacted with you in the class, so I know you are present and I'm able to tick you present. Um, and probably I can show you that. So I'm setting up the attendance, and then, but in case you need to leave, of course, I will. You can just type in, excuse yourself, and I'll still tick you present. But I'll be able to show us what that attendance look like for those who will be here to pass the information to the others. My platform is a bit slow, so taking a lot of time to load. My goodness. It's Wow, my attendance, my platform is taking a lot of time. Um, yeah, if you need to go, please feel free. Brian, you've been here for long, so feel free. Also, Onesimus, if you need to leave, please feel free. Thank you for your time. Yeah, see you next week, 8:30. I will schedule the online collaboration for 8:30. So feel free to join then. But for today, Onesimus Mutunga, Brian Dongo, Innocent. Anyone else who was here? I think those three. I'll take you present for today's class. Um, yeah, I saw Lois and she was off, so we haven't had any engagement with her. But I'll take you present for those collaborations. So feel free to leave and thank you for your time. Thank you for engaging.
You are currently the only person in this conference.
Hello. Yes. I was we are doing easy online, eh?